Today I'm making a cheese puff tart for you. So, first of all, you will need to prepare your vegetables. Now, I have onion and tomato. You can use what vegetables you want, maybe a combination of courgette, an onion, a bit of herb, or even a little bit of sweet corn, whatever vegetables you choose, and obviously cheese. I've got a mixture of cheddar, and I've also got some parmesan here to give it a bit more flavour. So, onion, we've taken the bottom off, we've taken the top off, sliced through top to bottom, so you've now got two flat surfaces there, so the onion won't roll around. Now what you need to do is you need to bridge over the onion, you can see, and we slice thinly and evenly through the onion, and then we're going to turn it the opposite way and now dice the onion, making sure that the pieces are uniform, so same size, so that they look pretty when we put them onto the tart. Okay, so doing the same with the other side, turn it the other way, and then we dice through. Okay, now I'm just going to put that to one edge of the board, and now comes my tomato. Now, tomato, previously I've sliced it and done it as decorated on top, but for this one I'm going to do pretty much the same as the onion, so we'll bridge over, slice it one way, and then I'm going to slice it the other way so it's diced, so we can just mix it in with the onion and the herbs. Okay, alternatively, if you wanted to slice it and put it decoratively on top of the finished tart, then that's up to you. So let's put the tomatoes up to the top of the board there. Right, now next thing we need to do, so let's move the chopping board out the way and our cloth. Just going to roll out the pastry. Well, this sheet is actually a ready rolled puff pastry. Let's see if we need to roll it any thinner. Let's find the end of the sheet. That's there. Okay, and let's unroll that. Put it onto the top. Now, lightly flour your worktop so it doesn't stick. Okay, we have the flour dredgers at school, so don't worry about that. And then pull off the paper. Now, if you're using a block of pastry, you'll need half of it, so you need to half it, and then just like we are now, you'll be rolling it out. Okay. Right, that edge is a bit rough, so I'm going to chuck that over there. Now, you're going to get your pastry when you've rolled it out and cut it in half. Okay, so you've got two rectangles, you see? Like so. Then you'll get a baking tray and put your paper onto it. Now, with the pastry, just going to cut, if you can see, score a line. That doesn't mean to say cut all the way through the pastry, just so you're almost doing like an indentation line, which we'll have a look at in a minute when I finish this. Now, the reason we do that is so that the edges can rise up whilst the filling is sitting in the middle of the tart. Okay, now I'm just going to do some decorative lines along the edge. Leave that one up to you. Okay, now I don't know if you can see the edge lines where I've scored there. Okay, so that's what you'll need to do on both of your pastry tarts. So let's get the other one. Say about 1.5 centimetres from the edge. But just be sure not to cut all the way through, because if you cut all the way through, then the edges are just going to fall off. and then we'll put that one onto the tray. Okay. So onto the hob. I'm going to heat up a little bit of oil, so I'll turn that up to 6, making sure that we've got the oven on as well. Oven needs to be up to 200. Oven needs to be up to 210 actually. So turn that up so it's going to get nice and hot. Right, the oil, as you can see, okay, oil heating up nicely. It's going all runny in the pan. And now I'm going to add to that my onions, which should hopefully start sizzling away straight away, which is what we want. I'm not going to put chipped tomato in there yet, because it will go all mushy. Right, so using your mixing spoon, make sure that the onion is all coated with the oil. Now at this point, if I was adding courgette, if you were adding courgette or garlic, or even pepper, add it now, because it's quite a short time that we're going to be cooking on the hob. It's going to go into the oven. Right, I'm going to add some herbs to this as well. Got some mixed herbs there. Right, so I'm going to turn that down to 4 because I don't want the onions to burn. And now we put tomatoes in. Quite a lot of liquid in the tomato, so you can hear it sizzling away. Right, so now I'm going to remove this from the hob and we're going to go back over here. Okay, so we go back to our pastry here, and I'm going to use a tablespoon to spoon the ingredients onto the pastry case. Okay, now spread that out evenly. Quite an assortment of vegetables here would be quite nice. But as I say, that's up to you. Right. So you can spread it out, making sure that you don't go onto the edges where we've scored. Because you don't want it on the edge, you want to keep it in the middle. Now try and keep the amount of topping you've got even with the other one. I've sort of overdone it on one. Okay, so topping on. Next thing we're going to do is cover it with cheese. Put a bit of cheese into the bowl. And scatter the cheese over the top. Right, so don't worry if a little bit of it goes onto the edge. There's a bit of crispy cheese around the edge, is not a problem. So that's our cheese on there done. Next, I'm gonna go for some Parmesan. Okay, so let's put some in a bowl. Now we're just gonna sprinkle that over the top. Okay, just gives it a little bit more flavour. But I mean, here if you wanted to add, I don't know, some blue cheese or garlic cheese or something like that, then that's entirely up to you. Okay, so now these are going to go into the oven. So using your tea towel, hold your tea towel side of the tray, okay, and we're going to go put it in the oven. Okay, now that goes in there for about 15 to 20 minutes, okay? Now, after 20 minutes, take your cheese slices out of the oven and they should look something like that. Okay, be careful not to burn yourself, use oven gloves.